In this video, we're going to multiply decimals using the standard algorithm. So I'm going to start off by turning my line paper sideways, and I'm going to make sure that when I'm writing the problems, I'm not getting out of the lines, because that's really important. So first I'm going to start with 3 45/100 times 3. You'll notice when I write this, I do not line up the decimals. And you are going to have a big problem if you do. It makes a lot more work for you. So do not line up the decimals, because it causes you to have piles and piles of zeros. If you start doing that and don't know what you did wrong, it's probably that you tried to line up the decimal. The decimal is still here, but we don't need it for this. So when I do these problems, you're going to multiply just like normal and ignore the decimal. We're going to count the number of decimal place value spots on the right side of the decimal. So there are 2 place value spots. So at the end, I'm going to do 2 bunny hops. Let me show you what that looks like. 5 times 3 is 15. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. And my bunny hops are 1, 2, and I placed my decimal there. My answer is 10 35/100. You can also break this out using the distributive property. As another strategy. So for the same problem, 3 45/100, I can do 3 times 3 and then do 3 times 45/100. Sorry, I wrote that wrong. 3 times 45/100. I know 3 times 3 is 9, and then I would do 45/100 times 3, and then I would add this product to the 9. I think there's more steps involved in this, so this is not one I use myself. The standard algorithm is going to be the fastest way, but you can break it apart into 3 times 3 and 3 times 45/100. I'm going to show you another one. This time I'm going to do 1 8/100 times 2 tenths. Notice the decimals are not lined up. I'm going to count my decimal place value spots. 1, 2, 3. I count the top and the bottom number, all the decimal place value spots. So at the end, I'm going to do 3 bunny hops, and now I'm going to multiply and ignore the decimal. 8 times 2 is 16. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. And I'm going to hop 1, 2, 3 spots and put my decimal. Your answer is 216 thousandths. I'm going to show you a couple more, and then you guys can just do practice on your own. On this one, I'm going to count my decimal place value spots. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do 3 bunny hops. Now there's 2 digits here at the bottom. You're just going to multiply like you normally do. 5 times 2 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. 3 times 2 is 6. I put my placeholder 0 here. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. Do not try to put decimals here in the middle. Every time someone tries to put decimals here in the middle, they always get it off. You wait until the very end when you add your partial products up together. And now I'm going to do 3 hops. 1, 2, 3. I put my decimal here. These zeros can fall off because they're after the decimal. And my answer is 3 9/10. On this last example, I'm going to show you. You'll notice that the decimals lined up, but the decimal does not go straight down. I have 2 decimal place value spots, so I'm going to do 2 bunny hops at the very, very end after I get done multiplying. I'm just multiplying 34 times 17 right now. 7 times 4 is 28. 3 times 7 is 21. Plus 2 is 23. I add my placeholder 0 here. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. I add these together. 8, 7, 5, and I'm going to do 2 hops. 1, 2. A lot of kids will try to bring it straight down here, but you can't. You have to move it over 2 bunny hops. So my answer is 5 and 78 hundredths.